Okay, this was for the last two guys in here, so I want to make sure we get it done. What's your thoughts on going through the north end zone, the locker room, and how it impacts what you do, both in recruiting and gaming?
Yeah, that place is unbelievable. The new north end zone is, when you walked in from Hog Walk, the mock Hog Walk we did, and walking into that locker room for the first time, and just to hear the players' reaction, and I mean, there's a lot of hooting and hollering, and look at this and look at that going on. So it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice. For a recruiting standpoint, it's a game changer. You know, to be able to take guys over there and show them what their game day locker room will be like, with their nameplates on there, where they're from. I mean, it's first class. It's a beautiful facility, and can't wait to break it out this week.
Quarterback decision. You guys are going to start Cole, play Ty. I don't know if you're going to play the other guys after that, but what all went into deciding on Cole, and when was that process finalized?
Yeah, it's been a long process. So, you know, we've taken everything into consideration. We've every practice. You know, it's been a whole staff decision. We just felt like the last 2 weeks, Cole really was the more consistent one, and really led his team in every situation he had, led his team to get points. And we just felt like at this time, Cole was the right guy to go with.
Joe, you got two redshirt freshmen starting, listed as first teamers on your left side of your line. How do you feel about that? How do you think those guys will do? And obviously Yelta's played a lot, but he's going to be starting it. He's never started at center before. So how do you feel about those guys?
I feel good. You know, those guys have worked extremely hard and deserve an opportunity to play. And they've done a really good job at this point in fall camp and in practice since school has started. And I'm very interested to see how they'll play. And you know, Yelda being the leader up front, moving to center, making all of our calls. I feel really good about that. I really do. He's played a lot of ball, like you said, and he knows. He's seen a lot of looks, seen a lot of fronts, and has done a good job. And now moving him inside where he's at center, making the calls and getting us going in the right direction. I feel really confident that he's going to do that.
Besides Cole's consistency that he's shown, what are his strengths that he's bringing into this game?
Well, he's got a strong arm. He's big. He's not afraid to stand in there. Not to say that the other guys are afraid. I just think that that's one of his strengths. You turn on the tape from last year when he did play. He's standing in there, taking some good big hits, and being able to keep standing in there and show him the courage that it takes to do that. I think that that's one of his biggest attributes is his size and his ability to put the ball on the field. He's got a strong arm. He's got a knack for getting other guys to get going and getting his guys in the end zone. So what I've really been proud about my group is the fact that we've stayed close as a group. We're extremely close in that room. Ty was cheering for Cole, and Cole was cheering for Ty, and everybody was cheering for everybody. And that was one of our goals going into the season. We want to be the tightest group on the team, and I think that we have done that to this point, and I don't expect it to change now that we've named the starter.
Coach, what are you seeing out of Eastern Illinois, like what they like to do structurally and aggressiveness and things like that? Yeah,
they show a lot of different looks. Going back and looking at some games from last year and watching what they do, they'll show some odd, they'll show some even, a lot of different structures on the back end, good blitz package. They've done a really good job last year, I thought, of utilizing some of their players in some situations and getting some guys and try to get freed up in the rush, and so we got to be ready for it. Like I said last week, though, we got to be ready for anything. First game, you never know what's new, and we got to be able to adjust on the sideline and make the right calls and make sure we're protecting our quarterback as well as being able to run the football.
Since you got Gibson and Wallace as your experienced guys on the right side, just how much do you lean on them, and also what do you do to keep from getting kind of almost too right-handed since there's the experience gap is so different?
Yeah, we're going to do what we do. We're not going to try to just run the ball to one side or pass protect to that side. We got to do what we do, and I'm very proud and happy for those guys to the point that They've done a really good job of, since spring ball, coming a long way with their technique and learning the system. They definitely feed off each other on that right side, and it's a good group on that right side for sure. And I'm really glad that we have those guys. You know, those two again have played a lot of ball, and they're more experienced, like you said, and they give us a good right side. And I'm really happy to have those guys.
Hey Jeff, I'm very interested in what the melding process was like in running the offense that you guys know at maximum levels versus the talent that was here and plugging them into that. How did that kind of blending go, putting their talents into what you guys want to do?
Well, it's early on, it was about finding out what our guys could do. There's a lot of things we've done over the years that we haven't introduced yet, we haven't installed. But there's also things that we're doing a little bit different that play to our strengths. And so we've really did a good job, in my opinion, in the spring of kind of finding out what we do good, what our guys can do, and then try to get them in the best situation to succeed that we possibly can.
Don't pull a muscle or anything. Hey, Chase Harrell, we know he was a guy that I guess had a hamstring issue, missing practice time. You got him listed number 2 at 2 spots here. What when he was able to do stuff, what did he show you in camp, and how did you feel about him going into the season?
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much what he was able to do, but I mean, I will say that he is a big body. I mean, he's, for any corner to try to bring down 6'5", 220, you know, that's not a lot of corners want to do that. But he was able to make some plays for us, showed a lot of progress in the eight practices that he played, that he got reps in, and then unfortunately had a little hamstring deal. But you know, he's feeling better. You know, it's kind of day to day right now with him, but I think that he'll be ready come Saturday. He really wants to play. He wants to get back out there. But he was doing a really good job in those 8 practices or so that he actually got out there. He learned the offense extremely fast and did a really good job of studying. But we're very excited about having Chase here.
Any more questions for Coach Craddock? Coach,
Thank you all.